Hello, good afternoon. How are you all doing this Monday? Normally I do Tuesdays, but something came up, so I had to change it up. How are you feeling? You guys drinking anything? My teacup for the day, I don't know if you can see it, but there's two little fancy people on it. What I like about it most is actually the dish, the saucer. It's really pretty and it's from Japan. But you can kind of see there's little people on it too. It has like a phosphorescent kind of look to it. Hey Chris, what are you drinking? I'm drinking peach tea today. Um, really good and a really aromatic. Whenever I steep it, super like, whoo, you're drinking peach for sure. Hi Kate. Yeah, so what are you guys drinking? And then what are you grateful for today? I always like to start talking about that because I really do believe that staying in a mindset of gratitude just brings more abundance and more good things into your life. Cinnamon tea. You keep saying that, and I really want to try it. I don't think I've ever had a cinnamon tea. Sounds awesome. What I'm grateful for today. Um, Pretty much is the weather is a big one today because it's been so wonky here in Michigan. Um, Especially because it's funny because I'm like 3 hours north of everyone I know. And they got snow once when I didn't, and then I got snow. It's just weird because normally if you're up north, obviously you get more snow. But it has not been the case in this springtime, winter days. I don't know. Um, but it's been really nice today. And also it helps that the waves aren't crazy. The last week or so, the waves have been really high, which means it's kind of scary. I've been randomly looking at my beachfront at all my neighbors, and I'm seeing a bunch of people where either their decks or something are sliding into Lake Huron. So I'm thankful that we're in a better spot right now. Granted, we took steps for that, but some people it's their second homes and they might not even know that their deck is falling into the water. So it's kind of scary. Just because I know that so many people on the Great Lakes are having such an issue right now with that. Um, so I'm grateful though that at least our situation right now, we're protected, we're safe. She's not angry at us right now. So we're good in that arena for sure. Grateful for my house today. Mm. And I think sometimes people, if they, especially if they've been in their house for too long, well, not too long, for a long time, they sort of kind of don't even look at the walls that they're in. So just being grateful that you have somewhere that you feel comfortable and cozy in. Not everybody can say that. So that's definitely something to just stay grateful for every time you wake up. Speaking of that, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today is using your waking from slumber, from sleep, as a reset button. So hold on. Oh, so good. Yeah. So I think I've been reading a bunch of different stuff in the last year. A lot of it is yoga based, Buddhist, that kind of stuff, because I come from a Christian background, so I got that down pat. So I'm learning a lot about, Hindu, kind of traditions, stuff like that. And a lot of it is pretty new to me in the last couple of years, just because that's not how I was raised to think. So, like, my brain has to really think about things when I get new information like that. Um, and reincarnation is one of those things that didn't compute well with me at first. I'm just like, people really think that, you can get reincarnated into another body. Like it was crazy to me because it was not something that I was ever told as a kid. So any sort of thing with reincarnation, I would kind of be like, uh-huh, right, and just kind of let it go. But I read recently, actually, I think it wasn't even, I didn't read it. It was I got this really cool seminar DVD of Eckhart Tolle. I think that's how you say his name. Sorry if it isn't. And there was just this one line that he said that was like, reincarnation doesn't have to be literally you're dying and being reincarnated. It could be every second of the day or when you wake, you're restarting. You're reborn into basically another body. Hi, Laura. Another body because, you're reborn every single day. Now, that was like very interesting to me. So I was like, I have to really mull that over in my brain because, again, the reincarnation thing of, having to go through multiple lives until you get it right seems tedious and very just like, oh, that sounds fun. Why would anybody want? um, but it makes sense because, as we suffer, as we go through our lives, we go through certain instances that teach us something. So that's a nice way of looking at, okay, this crappy thing happened to me. How am I going to react to it in a good way instead of just, oh, I hate life, blah, blah, blah. So using the thought of karma and reincarnation to do good, to get, to a better life form, that kind of thing. Okay, it makes sense. But the reincarnation every day, it really like struck something in me. So I kind of looked into it. So like we're evolving every moment of every second, and you're not the same person you were when you fell asleep. So, the 8 hours in between or whatever, um, you wake up to a new experience, a new day, and new things that you can do. So, sort of like, okay, you can let go of whatever didn't go right, supposedly in your mind from the day before, and you're reborn, you're reincarnated in the same body, but a different moment in time. So you're letting go of that past because basically the past got you where you are, yes, but you are not the same person that made that decision to do X, Y, and Z to get you there. So letting go of yesterday is so hard, especially if you're stuck in an emotion with it. So if you feel angry or depressed or alone or anything like that, that something happened in the past that's kind of keeping you in your spot and having the same cycle over and over again, feeling bad about yourself over and over again. In yoga it's called samskara, being stuck in a constant loop of feeling and doing the same things. Almost like insanity, you keep doing the same stuff with a different result you're thinking is going to happen and it doesn't. So you feel insane a little bit because you're holding on to something that you're not even that anymore. I mean, not even a cell in your body could be the same, which is awesome to think about. Like, thinking of looking back at old pictures of yourself. Especially, I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook posting like their old senior photo, journals that they used to write when they were kids, thinking that, like, yes, that was a reincarnation of myself back then, but I'm a completely different person now is cool to think about. um, so just letting go of, yes, that was the person I was, but I can restart in the morning. I can restart. Actually, every moment of your day can be a re-trigger of like, oh, I can see my pattern that I'm going in. Let's stop, breathe, think about it. Do I still want to go down that road? Because am I basically living in a past life? No, I don't want to. I want to live in that present moment, that mindfulness that we're all trying to find and keep and maintain. We're just constantly going back to our past life. and we're constantly thinking, oh, this is what I used to do, so I'm going to keep doing that. When you know you want to go a different path, then let that past life go. Let that incarnation of you go. So thinking about that too, stopping that cycle, um, in my Buddhist book, Buddhist for Mothers, there was a cool little section about feeling that your emotions are visitors. So almost even saying when that samskara, when that trigger happens to you, you need to name it and be like, okay, fear. Hey, fear, how you doing? I'm gonna feel you for a little bit, but I know that you're just visiting and you'll go eventually. So just having that, naming your emotion and not necessarily balking at it and saying, no, 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 I can't feel that. That's not healthy either. So we have to feel our emotions, but it just means that it's not taking hold of you, it's not controlling you, because you know it is only a visitor. Nothing is ever permanent, and everything always changes. So we can kind of let it go and move on and stay in that present moment and not stuck in the past, feeling the emotions that you normally feel when something happens to you, when somebody talks badly about you, when you feel a trigger of like listening to the news that scares you or something like that. Just acknowledging it, slightly take its course, but also knowing that that's not who you are, that you are just feeling this emotion for a very limited amount of time. It kind of takes you away from just living in it, festering in it. You know what I mean? So our past, like I said, our past gets us where we are now, but it's not who we are anymore. We're constantly evolving. We're not the same person. So feeling that comfort that you don't have to follow the path that you have been, and you can always change it. And it's harder to do when, let's say, you've had a partner for a long time and they know you really well. They know your patterns. They know how you normally react to things. So sometimes I've had a conversation and been like, I'm trying not to feel this way anymore, or I'm trying not to react this way anymore, even though I've done it a million times and that's normally how I react. It's hard to get somebody else to realize, okay, I'm trying to work on myself, on how I deal with things and my coping mechanisms. Even just being honest and saying it like that, like, hey, I'm trying really hard to change my anger triggers for no apparent reason, because at age 12 somebody said something to me and it's stuck in here. So just being honest with the people in your life, that you're trying to get better, you're trying to reset the way that your brain is working for you. But I think that it's really, you take comfort in that ever evolving, ever changing life. Because a lot of times when things change, people don't like it. You can always see it as, this is that crossroads. What am I going to do? Am I going to go towards fear, which is never a good idea, or go towards love and acceptance that, if you listen to your heart, if you listen to what's inside you, it's never going to point you wrong. Granted, things can pop up where you feel like, well, I was doing what I was supposed to do. It's okay. It's supposed to happen, and you have to just let it go and just be like, okay, this sucks that it happened, but what am I going to do? Am I going to freak out and go back to what I used to be? Or am I going to stay in the present, because that's the only time that I can change my life, can change whatever's around me. So So I wanted to, for our meditation today, do the Reiki meditation that I did maybe a couple weeks ago, because I feel like it's relevant here to kind of stay in that mindset, that present moment. So if you want, take a last slug of whatever you were drinking and then find a comfortable seat. If you're laying down, that's cool too. But somewhere where that you can find some stillness. I want you to take a deep inhale, probably the deepest inhale you've taken all day. Hold it before you exhale. Exhale with a sigh. And make sure that your spine is straight, your jaw isn't clenched, your brows aren't furrowed. Try and sink into the earth a little bit, just relaxing your body. And close your eyes. Take another deep breath. Feel your lungs fill with air as you inhale. Feel your diaphragm squeeze the air out as you exhale. Bring a smile to your lips and feel the warmth and energy of your heart in your chest. Envelop yourself with gratitude for all the good things in your life. Let go of all that no longer serves you. No longer will you dwell on the negative thoughts that drift into your mind. Each moment, each breath is a new life, a reincarnation, a chance. Live in the present moment with heart unclouded. Repeat this prayer after me. Just for today, I will let go of anger. Just for today, I will let go of worry. Today, I will count my many blessings. Today, I will do my work honestly. Today, I will be kind to every living creature. Remember that every emotion, every thought is only a visitor. Don't let them control you. Feel them and let them go. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Open your eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. Just hold that intention of being present for the rest of your day today. Know that every moment, every morning, you are new and you are reborn. Thank you for being here today. Namaste.